All right, so we're talking about the new S650, and my thoughts. Basically, just gonna cover everything real quick. Interior needs more color. I like it, but maybe they should have offered also a alternative interior. Maybe people still like the older one better. But other than that, I think the interior is nice. It just needs more color. The seats, two-tone some things. I mean, the Dark Horse is $79,000. You include tax and that. Dude, the price. Eventually, what are we going to get to? We're going to get to a Mustang and go there. I'm like, yeah, it has a V8, blah, 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 blah. I think the one before it is 60 grand now. Back in 2013, it was like fully loaded GT 37 or something, 2013. And now, inflation and all this. It's no excuse. I mean, that's where we're headed. We're headed for, like, hey, I want to get a Mustang for the first time in my life with a V8 and a manual. How much is it? Oh, it's 100 grand. I'd be like, what? Oh, man. If I was in charge of Ford, this is what I would do for the Mustang. I think, as far as the Dark Horse, it looks good and everything, but the price tag, you can keep it. I would come out with a 289. Twin cam, whatever, all the bell, all the goodies, whatever like that. Then have the 302 badges on the car. I would have a new 429 because for that much money for a Dark Horse, you got two dual throttle bodies. Watch out, okay. That's like their big spectacular secret. It's got dual throttle bodies now. That's where you get the extra horsepower from. Yep, I think the other one still has dual throttle body. I think it's just a tune or something. Whatever. Anyway, I would do a 289. I would do a 302, and 289 would be like the pricing too. Like 289. I don't need all the crap that they stick in a car. I don't need lane assist. I don't need crash of warning assist and all this other bullshit. I don't need a drift handle. You just a Mustang with a V8 and the manual. Good braking system, keep it under 30. 27,000, 30,000, like 30,000. And you get to drive a Mustang with a V8 with some decent options in it. Hell, these cars don't even have T-tops, and it sucks. And that's what I would rather have. If there was, we'll put it this way: if Chevy got off their ass, or GMC or GM, they got off their ass and they made the Trans Am again, but make it a GMC Firebird, or GMC Firebird or whatever, instead of a Pontiac. And they took the Camaro and they actually redesigned it a bit where you can actually see it of the damn thing. And they put some T-tops in it, and they had the bird and I would be at the dealership tomorrow. But I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it with the price tag in these Mustangs. I don't give a crap how much people make as far as YouTube and this and that. And all these people buying like the Dark Horse and stuff like that. Hey, they got to be making six figures or more. I mean, they got to be making more. The average person makes, like, in America is like the average. We'll say $50,000 a year or whatever. You expect people to, especially like in New Jersey, you expect people to pay this property tax, the housing market, and set, like, what are you making? Like $200,000-$300,000 a year to afford this crap? 70, 80, 90 grand cars is outrageous. This, to me, is outrageous. We'll get to the back end of the car too real quick. The back end, I like the older back end better. I think the black, I think what they need to do is take the 2013 taillights and that design and integrate it into the 2019 taillights assembly, and then put a little sprinkle of the new taillights, maybe, or something like that for the new gen. But I'm not digging the back end of the car. It just makes the car look bigger. And that gets me to my next point, is that Ford, why don't you just make the Mustang pretty much a two-seater, have minimal back seats as much as possible, just pretty much make it a two-seater with a little room in the back, put some bags, maybe stuff somebody back there in an emergency case, but almost like a 944 or something, like some really small back seats, pretty much a two-seater, and just get to that department. You might as well just go there, and then have a four-door muscle car in a Mustang brand, since the Mach-E is like, I barely see one around once in a blue moon. I would have put the money towards something like what Dodge did with the four-door, two-door, two different cars, two different styles of muscle, and it gives people an option to have a family muscle vehicle, like a family muscle car. And that's the biggest thing right there, is muscle. You got to have a V8. You got to have that V8 sound. And what part of that DNA do you not understand, that no one really gives a crap about a four-cylinder EcoBoost except for people that they can't afford the 5.0, or it's a girl that just wants a Mustang and she wants to save fuel or something like that. So I really never see even the old V6 they had in there, 300 horsepower. Nobody wants it. That's why they sell for dirt cheap. You can get a fully loaded V6 Mustang for half the price. Why? Because it's missing two cylinders from the GT. Because people don't want a V6. Even if you had maybe you spiced it up a little bit with the twin turbo, maybe, but it's the sound. That's what people want, is the sound. You want the burbly V8, and that's it. There's no substitute. No substitute for it. So what I would do if I was the CEO of Ford that's what I would do. I would get some color in the interior. I would eventually just move that Mustang into pretty much almost a two-seater. Get some weight off the damn thing. I would go with a new Mustang or a brand of Ford for a four-door, and I would keep it in the Mustang name, if you're gonna do like the Porsche did with the four-door Porsche, and have that look, and have the hatchback, because it has to have a hatchback. And that's another thing I would do with Ford, is put a freaking hatchback on that damn Mustang. So I would definitely get the back seats like hardly anything back there, have little micro back seats in a car, pretty much shorten it up a bit, put some T-tops, put a hatchback on it. Then you start piquing my interest. Put some shaker hoods, some names like 289, 302. Go that route. Have some cool ass cars, not just like throw some color and it's like, oh, it's a new brand, Dark Horse, and now it's got like a $80,000 price tag for what? Some color options that you put on the front of us. We put a bumper on it, and Brembos have been around forever. You can get your own set for a couple grand, so that's not jacking up the price. So what's really doing it? So I don't see it. I would definitely start making cooler cars more affordable, and bring those prices down. You make a cool ass car that's a lot of fun, and stop worrying about electric and what beats what and stuff like that, and it's just enjoy the drive, enjoy the car, and have something fun. And it is still fast, it's still quick, and that's the recipe. That's what's missing. Even with Dodge, you think about it though, now they're getting rid of them, but for $80,000, you can probably pick up a Hellcat instead of that Dark Horse, and that's got 700 plus horsepower in it. For that price tag, 80 grand, $79,000, $79,000, not including delivery and tax and gas guzzler fees and all this other crap. And in my opinion, you're looking at pretty much a $90,000 car. And it's only got it's 500 horsepower, and it's a couple badges and a couple other things on it. I don't see it. If I had 80 grand, I would rather spend it on, I would go get like the last of the, like a Charger Hellcat or something. That's worth it in my opinion. It's more worth it than getting a Dark Horse. It's just overpriced. Way overpriced. In all reality, I think that a used with like 10,000 miles on 15,000 GT350 is definitely worth it at like $55,000. That's a special car. Way more special than a dark horse with a couple of badges, little bit different front end, little bit more horsepower. And the new GTs are going for like 60 grand. So you're going to dump $20,000 more because it has a little bit more horsepower. It's got a badge on it. Like, it's not worth it. Not worth it. The prices are getting out of hand as far as that department. So overall, do I like the new Mustang? Yes. Do I think the dark horse version of it is worth it, especially with some types of, 79,000 dealer markups? Absolutely not. There's nothing really special about that car. To me, there's nothing really special about it. Nowhere near when you see like a 429, like a 69 or 70, like a Boss 429 rolling up with. I mean, the car looks amazing. It's got a 429 underneath the hood. It's just. There's something. It's got the mag wheels or torque thrusts on it or whatever. There's nothing special about your new Mustang, in my opinion, for that price. Now, a dark horse should cost like $47,000. That would seem to be proper. The GT should cost, like, I would say 50 grand, and the GT should be no more than 40. Where are these prices going to? What do you gotta go out and fucking sell blood now? It's insane. To me, it's insane. It's insanity. Just like what's going on in this world today, and how this, woke crap is just, like leeches stuck to everybody's asshole. It's just insane. So I don't think that it's worth it. I like the new Mustang. I think it's a far better. It's definitely the front end. We'll say that the front end is improved. The interior looks cool. I get the 80s retro meets new, but I'm just not seeing the options or the. I just don't see for the price tag. I just don't see it. I think you're just blowing your money. That's what I tell my friend. I'm like, you're blowing your money. He's going to spend that much money on a brand new car when you can get something older, take it to a shop and you can get like, this is a perfect example. You can get like a last year 2012 Chrysler 300 for like 12 grand. Okay. With some miles on it. Yeah. Take it to a shop and have a lot of things done to that car and pretty much have a brand new car, for a fraction, for like a quarter of the price, or an old Mustang, or whatever you want, and have a pretty much brand new car. You can, for like quarter of the price. I just don't see it. So that's what I would do. I would if I was CEO or something, I would be like, listen, guys, hey, get rid of the Pride commercials because that's annoying. Second, when it's the Mustang brand or you're trying to get into its own division, make something like what Porsche did or something. Make a four-door Mustang that has really good looks. And it literally has the power to back it up. And now I see it $80,000 price. Four-door Mustang with a supercharged 5.0, something like that. And then I can see an $80,000 price tag. $90,000 price tag. At least that's what I've seen as far as the pricing on them. So that's when I can see, like, now it's competing against like Porsche and stuff, and stuff like that. Like, so we can start off with a four-door 289, 302, 429. Hell, even a 351. Make it just above that. Now if the dark horse came with like a 351, some people might argue Windsor, Cleveland, or whatever else. But if they came out with a 351 in that thing, it still doesn't justify the price tag. But then I can see the price going up another $10,000 from like, so now it's like 60 grand. Like 60,000. Like, I'm price matching to the motors. So I think that I'm still going to go back to that. Is I just don't see it. I don't see those cool cars we used to have. I don't see it at Ford. I see it's like you can get an EcoBoost or an overpriced, underpowered vehicle, because for that price, there's so many more options out there for as far as power to price. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video. It's been 15 minutes. Let me know in the comments down below. And I really do think that Ford needs, that's what they need to do, though. Come out with these motor options again. 289, 302, 351, and the big 429. Come out with a two-door and pretty much a two-seater, almost a two-seater Mustang. Get some weight off of it, and then come out with a four-door Mustang for the family, so the guy can have his cake and eat it too. It really worked well for Dodge, and Dodge is going to drop the ball because they're going to dump the V8, and that's what's was really selling those cars with badass names and stuff like that. And Ford needs to learn from that DNA. I think Jeep needs to learn from Bronco, and I think Ford needs to learn from Dodge before Dodge. They learned, and now they're just going to go stupid with getting rid of their V8s if they actually do it. Then they're really going to drop the ball with that department. But you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm out of here.